Hello and welcome to the AgencyZoom upload lead video. So here we're looking at an AgencyZoom pipeline, and to upload a list of leads, we're simply going to click on the Actions button. We're going to click on Import Leads, and then we're going to make sure we go through our settings. So one thing you want to keep in mind is whether or not you want to enroll in automation. Of course, depending on your leads, you may or may not have opted for your leads, so be sure that you have taken care of that compliance need. We can upload our lead source from the actual file. So we have some formatting we want to make sure we have done on our list of leads to make sure that we can import them correctly. So the key areas you do want to have are the first name, the email and phone number, as well as the physical address I recommend. And then from there, you want to make sure that you have the source. The source of the lead is really important in AgencyZoom, not only for your tracking, but your ability to control your automation. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and import the source from the file itself. But if you were uploading a list of leads that were all from one source, let's say you did a marketing event and we have in this example, Hazard County Fair event that you went to, and you have a list of leads that came to your booth that you want to upload into your CRM, you would then go ahead and just select that. But again, in this example, we are going to use our imported list. Then we're going to pick our pipeline. Now you should have a pipeline that is just for your new leads, and any recycled leads you have other pipelines for, so you can control the timing and the messaging based on where that prospect is in your sales process. We do want to upload our leads into the new stage because, of course, we know with AgencyZoom, we need to hit each individual stage so that we are tracking the conversion ratios. That way you don't miss out or mess up your data. Of course, your location, if you have multiple locations, make sure you select that. And then you are going to pick your producer assignment. So you can see again, we can select from a column inside the file. So if you maybe had a form that you used to collect these leads and they were for individual producers in your agency, you would be able to select that in your upload, or you can round robin them to all the producers. You also can select just a specific couple of staff members, so you can do that as well. Or you can assign to custom assignment groups. I really recommend you use these assignment groups instead of the all round robin to all producers. I'll explain this in another video when we go over the permission levels, but assignment groups gives you the most control. Also, you can also assign them by last name, so you do have some routing options here. If you want to be able to add different ranges, clients with the last name that go from A to D, for example, could go to one producer, and then from E to, I'd have to add another range, sorry. So you could keep going through this as you see. So you can pick these ranges and assign different producers if you're trying to kind of control the distribution of this list. So you do have several choices here. In this case, we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna round robin to everybody in our assignment group, which is probably the most common thing you're going to experience. Also, how do you want to handle these leads if we find duplicates? This is really important. We don't want to duplicate leads because it's going to move them or disrupt the sales process that the lead is in. So right here, you can keep it as assigned. So if there's actually is a duplicate, we can leave it assigned to the same person. We could also reassign it based on the rule that you've selected above. I would say to keep them. Anytime a duplicate is found, I really do recommend you keep the lead as is. Again, maybe this is an individual that you quoted a few years ago, maybe they're in an X-date pipeline and that was your discussion when you collected this lead. A lot of it really just depends on how the lead has been obtained and where they're at in your sales cycle. So do think through this. You can overwrite the existing lead, which means maybe if you had a lead that was sitting in a smart cycle or in an X-date pipeline, you would actually just move that lead out of the smart cycle or X-date pipeline and into this new mapped pipeline. So again, think about how you got the lead and what's going on. You also can simply create a new lead and leave the existing lead the way it is, but that means you're going to have a duplicate. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and keep the leads as they are. We also have our CSR assignment. Now, when it comes to the sales cycle, the CSR isn't really the most important thing you have to worry about. I would say it is, of course, needed once you move a prospect to sold, but you can leave these blank if you would like to, or if your CSRs play a role in your sales cycle, you can also choose to assign the CSR as well. And then again, if you have a duplicate, how would you like that handled? So you're going to say keep it assigned or reassign, whichever makes sense for you. We also have the ability to search our dead file. Now, our dead file in AgencyZoom really should be leads that have basically said, take me off your list, they've opted out, or you just have reached the end of your sales cycle and you're removing them from your RM in general because you're no longer going to reach out to them. So if it is in your dead file, should it be imported? I would say in general, the answer to this question is no. But again, think about where your leads came from. And the next one, if a lead was moved to sold, should we be importing this? Now, where this should be a yes, would potentially be a list of cross-sell opportunities. So if you have a list of clients, but a list of clients that do not have a specific product that you are trying to upload leads for and reach out to those customers, you could definitely say yes, because these are going to be customers. But again, if it is a list just of leads, they are not customers, then you're going to want to say no, because if you already have one of these prospects as a client, we don't want to send messaging to them or reach out as if they aren't a client. We're going to look a little confused. So those are your settings, and now we're going to go ahead and click Save. Okay, now that we have all of our settings correct, we're going to go ahead and upload our list. Now, one thing you do need to keep in mind is that this list does need to be formatted correctly. It needs to be in an Excel file, and it needs to be in a CSV format. So we're going to go here and we're going to grab our CSV file and we're going to click on Open. And now we're going to go ahead and be able to upload our list. We do want to give it a name. So of course you can see there's an example in here. This name that you're going to use is something that you can search by. So if you need to go back through your list of leads later and pull this specific list up, or if you have any issues with your upload, this is a very important thing to remember in case you need to go undo your upload. We have seen some people have problems with it when there's some of their mapping is incorrect and they want to find the list and delete it and then do their upload again. So just make sure that you pick something unique. So I'm going to say unique name uploaded 1/19/25. And then we're going to go ahead and give it any tags that we might need. Now, tags are a whole other topic that we'll cover in another video. It can be used for a variety of different things. But what I would say a popular tag is in this day and age is the opt-in tag. This is going to be used to indicate that these prospects have opted in explicitly to communications, call and text with your agency. Now, if you're not using something like this, I do recommend it, and look for another video around opt-in and the way to document that in AgencyZoom. Of course, if you do not have explicit opt-in to contact them, we recommend that you do not do that. Opt-in for call and text is different than email, and this is a whole huge, large topic that has a lot of rules, and you can search for more information on that. Look up TCPA regulations and the DNC. A great resource is tcpaworld.com. But for now, we're just going to add this opt-in. We're going to say that these individuals, we do have written and stored opt-in for these leads. So we're going to click Next. And then we have our field mapping section. So as long as your Excel file was formatted correctly, you can see we have on the file itself, we had name sections. And so we have all of these. It's going to actually kind of allow us to just go through the list very easily. And we're going to be able to select, this is the first name field, last name. We're then going to pick the email field. We're going to click the phone field, lead source. So we're going to go find that as well. Now, lead sources, again, if you've structured out your AgencyZoom correctly, you're going to be able to build different campaigns based on your lead sources. Your categories are also very important in this situation. And you're going to be able to gather a lot of data on your closing ratios when you have your AgencyZoom structured properly and you're using the CRM correctly. Now, there is a lot of flexibility in AgencyZoom, so if you are not using AgencyZoom correctly or you did not set it up properly, you will lose that data. We're going to go ahead and click Next, and now we have another field mapping option. So you can see it's asking here, how can a lead be uniquely identified from the following options? So if you just put name, as you'll see here, it's going to give you the different options and combinations. But as we know, names are common and not unique, and they can be the same for different people. So I really, really encourage you to use a name and email, name and phone number, or an email or phone number, as these are very unique. They can't be the same for different individual people. So usually a name and email is a really great way to go to make sure that you are making sure these are unique and you are searching for duplicates within the system. We're going to click Next. And that's going to bring us to our lead source. Now what you'll see is on the CSV, because we're mapping this, it's saying here's all the sources that were on your list, and here is what you have inside of your AgencyZoom. Now you can very easily add these as lead sources, or you can ignore these lead sources. I would not recommend that you have a lead in there without a source. And so we can actually just go through and add those, or we can look through our existing sources and just match them up. So let's go here through Facebook, for example, and you can see we're just scrolling through our different options. Let's say this was from a concert ticket giveaway, and then we can kind of continue to go through here. Now I'm going to click the G on my keyboard, which actually makes it a lot easier to search through this list, and I could do, right here, I could do C for cold. Now I will say I do not recommend uploading cold leads, meaning that they have no affiliation with your business, especially if you don't have opt-in. So just kind of keep an eye on the types of leads you're entering into AgencyZoom. It really is meant for your warm lead pipeline from your marketing sources. We're going to click next, and then we're going to get a summary. So here it has told us that we have 87 new leads, and it's given us a summary of all the ones that have uploaded. You can see that it found 13 duplicates, and nothing was merged and nothing was invalid. So this is giving us a rundown of what happened with our upload. Now, depending on the size of the list, it may also tell you at the top that your list is going to be uploaded in the background and you will receive an email once it is completed. That is if you have a very large list of leads and basically the server is working on the back end to get all of those leads in the right place. So now that we've uploaded, we can click back to pipeline. And here are our 87 leads that are all uploaded, and all that information has been mapped correctly in our fields. So we'll be able to go into the main page, and you can see here's our lead source, our phone number, our email, and that address we uploaded. And that is how you upload leads in AgencyZoom. Check out the next video, and don't forget to like and subscribe.